Hey everybody, I'm kind of splicing a few different videos together here, and I'm going to show you the progress and what the final product was when I fixed the leak. And lo and behold, I've got a second leak. I did suspect there were two leaks, so this New Year's weekend I'm going to be doing the same job in a different spot, and eventually I hope to just replace the entire line. But let me show you where I'm at. And this is what I was talking about. At the house, we had CPVC pipe, and I'll show you a little bit of that here. Where it came out of the house, it did not actually go in the direction to where the meter was and where the leak was. If you had just started digging here and you didn't know where your water meter was, you'd think it was totally in a different direction. Of the house, takes a right, then it comes straight down the line, then it takes another right, then it starts going out to the street, straight out that way, which our water meter is basically behind, to the right of that fire hydrant. Now when we get to the leak, which took me a while to figure out, it's not CV, that CVT or CPVC pipe. The pipe turned out to be a 1-inch ID steel pipe. And then I'll show you the other side, the other end. Interesting. I get here, and I start digging, and the water's coming out of here. This is where you turn it on and off at. And here's the hose coming out, and it is plastic. It's not PVC or CPVC, it's plastic, and it's black. Okay, and this is the other pipe at the other end, which I was calling black plastic, but Will in England told me it's called MDPE, medium density something or other lean. Okay, and so that's where I'm at with this. Now I'm going to show you what the original leak looked like. Yeah, it came out of the meter, and it's supposed to be going that way. That would be going to where the leak is in the house, where the house, the water goes in the house, but it comes out of there and it goes that way. And I quit digging there because I thought, well, and that's when I just decided to make the splice-in fix. And I'm going to work on figuring this out because I want to just run a new line from this stuff to the CPVC and eliminate all that old metal tube. And I'm just trying to work up the courage to do it, I guess you could say. If you went in a straight line to where the hole is, where the leak is, you'd be going straight from here to there. But if you look at this hose, it takes a really hard, sharp left. I don't understand it, and we're talking about three different. See, that's a pretty bad leak, and this old metal pipe is so corroded. All right, now I'm going to talk over myself here, and I'm going to take you to where we to the next process, okay? But that water's coming out fast, and there is a second leak along with this one. The other leak isn't as bad, I'm sure, but I haven't uncovered it yet. And this is where we got to, and I wrapped rubber hose around it and contact cement with cloth and tightened it down with hose clamps, and it did bring it down to a dripping leak. But you know, it was still dripping too much. You couldn't live with it, and this was just a temporary thing until I could figure something out. And then now I'll show you where I finally got to, and it's now all recovered over, and you can't even tell I was there. Here we are. It is about going on 4 p.m. It is about going on 4 p.m. December 26th, and the water is on, and there is not a drop of water leaking. It's been on now for a good 15-20 minutes, and the whole repair cost me less than $20. And this is what I did. As you saw in the previous video, I put all this crazy stuff on there, and it was still leaking. It wasn't leaking as much, but it still wasn't going to work, and I knew it. So I started, you know, crunching my numbers together, and I decided this is what I'd do. Now, I went to Home Depot, I went to Tractor Supply, I went to Ace Hardware. None of them had what I wanted. I'm going to pause it and not ramble on. The point I was trying to get to was I spent so much time looking at how to fix this using plumber techniques, you could say, on YouTube, that was actually harder and more expensive than just getting this piece of 1-inch OD heater hose. And I looked at it. It sounds to me it should last 10-15 years. I looked up, you know, what causes rubber to deteriorate, and they said it was ozone and sunlight, which I don't think it's going to be getting much ozone or sunlight underground. And they said that, you know, they're talking like these hoses can last up to 15 years. I won't be around in 15 years, I don't think. And that there was other pros and cons. Oh yeah, the water pressure on a house is about 45 pounds. This will hold 65 to 85 pounds of pressure. So there you have it. And I hope everybody liked watching this. This is definitely better than this. Thanks for watching, everybody. I gotta go take a leak.